Alright, we are a couple minutes away from surgery. It is 7 o'clock on what day? What day is it? The 20th of October, 7 p.m. We're at Phoenix, Arizona at the Mayo Clinic. Just wanted to give you some encouragement before I go. Stop stressing out about this. Spend your time praying, not worrying. And this is going to go great. One way or another, it'll be awesome. And I'm not worried. I'm feeling good, feeling relaxed, not worried at all. So hey, if I haven't told you this pre-surgery, just in case, I love you. I appreciate you. Eleanor, I love you. Anderson, I love you. Kayla, I love you. Oliver, I love you. Miss you guys already. We will see you on the other side of this thing. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, what's up, guys? John here. Day 1 of recovery. Surgery went last night. Went pretty late. It's pretty crazy. They gave me like my anesthesia. They gave me my anesthesia, like a pre-anesthesia. Said it'd be like drinking 2 margaritas. And I was like, well, that's gonna destroy me. I don't drink. And so after that, and then they were gonna give me like the rest of it to put me under. They gave me that first dose, and I passed out. And I woke up, and I was like, oh man, my abdomen hurts. Like, what the heck? Did I have the surgery already? Like, it's completely oblivious to it. It's pretty funny. Surgery went well. There was some complications that they found based on my previous surgeries. The surgery I kind of told you about in episode 2 of my bladder and all of that. So because of that, the kidney was supposed to be going kind of the pelvis region on the right. So it ended up going on the left-hand side. So it's right here now. Probably show you a scar or something one day. Not right now. It's still a little juicy. And yeah, so got put on the left-hand side. And since they also had to, they normally will attach it to directly to the bladder, but because my bladder had like a lot of scar tissue and stuff from all my previous surgeries, they decided to attach it just to directly to my ureter. My ureter, which is the tube from your kidney to your bladder, my ureter was like super solid shape, so they've just put it. Oh yeah, give me that. Look at this, they give me this pillow. So normally they'll attach it, where am I? Oh, this way. So this is the bladder, this is the kidney, this is the existing ureter. So normally they would attach it to the bladder directly, but they couldn't, so they brought it up here to the ureter on the left-hand side and attached it there. And because I had to do that, I have like a drain over here that's draining out interesting colored fluids. I should have that for, how long did they say?
Hopefully by the time we leave.
Okay, so 2 days.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
So the hope is I can get that out tomorrow, by the time I get discharged from the hospital. And then they have me on a Foley catheter, which is like one that's just in. Super awesome. Super great. Get one if you have a chance. They have me on one of those, and they said I might have to have that in for a while, unfortunately. So maybe a couple weeks, which could postpone my plans to go running tomorrow. I want to go running tomorrow. We'll see though. Yeah, so that's kind of how that's going. Got up this morning at what was it, like 7 or 8 a.m. this morning, and I think it's the 21st of October, 2021. They got me up for physical therapy. They brought a physical therapist to me to sit me up and to see if I was interested in walking a bit. So said, of course, I'm going running tomorrow. Of course I'm going to go walking today. So got up out of bed, some pain, it didn't feel great, but this is what I've been training for. So I got up and they walked me around kind of the unit with a walker. And then the physical therapist was like, dude, I don't think you need that walker. Let's do another lap with no walker. And I was like, cool, no problem. So did another lap with no walker. And then he's like, man, I don't even think you need me. Let's do one more lap and try to walk raising your knees up really high while you're walking. So kind of high knees. And so I did that, no problem. And they ended up canceling my physical therapy. I'm golden. So just a quick shout out to CrossFit Fordham on that one. Been training for this recovery. That's been my mindset going into this surgery is I want to be as healthy as possible to make this recovery process as quick as possible.
So surgery was on Wednesday. We got a call 8 in the morning, accepted it, and then left by around 11. Said goodbye to the kids at school, and then drove straight to Arizona to Mayo Clinic. We went into the hospital, got checked in. They gave us a room right away, which is the room we're in now. That was probably around 6. We got here at like 4:30. So by the time we were here for a little bit, right? The nurse that we had the first night was on the phone with the surgeon team trying to figure out what time surgery was going to be. And so they had said, okay, surgery, you have time, do all the prep work. And prep work is like take a shower. He hadn't been eating since 9 in the morning. So that was prepped, but they usually have you bathe so that you don't have any, I don't know, what do they do that for? So you don't have germs on you, I guess. And they were going to take his weight and check his blood and do all that kind of stuff. An EKG and an ultrasound just to have a picture of what's going on. The surgeon came in and just ran through John's medical history real quick just to make sure nothing had changed. Talk about his previous surgeries and such. Then the nurse gets a call saying, what do I touch? There we go. The nurse gets a call and they're like, oh, surgery's going to be at 7. He needs to come now. I'm coming to get him. And so the nurse gets a little nervous and is like, okay, we need to prep quicker. We're doing stuff quicker. Then he gets another call and they say, never mind, you have time. And he's just like flustered, but okay, let's slow back down. You can take a shower. But then they ended up just showing up. And so I think there's a little miscommunication. What happens is they have multiple organs coming in, and the surgeon was trying to decide. They were working on one kidney and John was going to be next. These are just add-on cases that they add on for the day. They're not like a scheduled surgery. If you had a surgery planned, you'd have a time, such thing. They just kind of add them in when they can. And so they ended up taking us downstairs to pre-op area and prepping John there. And then we ended up sitting there and waiting until 9 anyway. So we had a little bit of time to just hang out and relax. John was getting pretty sleepy. I think he has some like lapse in time from that time period. Mind you, I had gone to the gym that morning, so I woke up at 5:30. So by now it's like 7. I think by the time they took him was 9. I was getting tired. I hadn't eaten much all day because he was fasting, and I kind of felt it just doesn't feel right eating a lot of food while someone's not eating, so they took him back into surgery. I went and got food, checked into our hotel, and then waited at the hotel. They took him back around 9 and they gave him his anesthesia meds. And then I got a text. Mayo Clinic does this amazing thing where they text you all the updates. So one of the nurses, or maybe the PA in the surgery room will send messages, and then the nurse, when they got him out, sends messages too. So I got a message at 10 saying surgery started, and then I was just at the hotel watching TV trying to pass the time, and I got another message at 1:30ish saying they're still working on him, but he's doing great. And they had told us ahead of time it would be a 2 to 3 hour surgery, so we were pushing 4 hours at this time. Then the doctor called me, the surgeon called me at 2 in the morning and gave me like a rundown on how things went. There was some complications and some things they didn't expect that took the extra time, but they said the kidney was great. They think it's a really good kidney for him, and so that part went well. They were just going to stitch him up and then move him into post-op. And so once he was done, then the nurse updated me that he was in post-op, and I knew, she had told me ahead of time that he'd probably be down there for an hour or so. And so once they moved him to post-op, kind of give myself an hour, and then I could come back to his room, which we're in now. Mind you, visiting hours at the hospital is 8 to 8, but because he had a really late surgery, they were going to let me come back and see him for an hour afterwards. When I did get back to see him, it was probably like 4:30, I want to say. He was out of it. He was like, so, like, he was saying like, oh, isn't it, like, I just went back, it's like 8 o'clock. I was like, no, you didn't go back till 9 o'clock. Like, I think he was like just getting tired and kind of forgot that part, or maybe overwhelmed or whatever. He was a little bummed he didn't get any pictures with his surgeons, because he was thinking he was going to be like awake, and I think he passed out before they even got him into the operating room. I don't know if you even saw it. They give you, they gave him a few meds. He said he was fine taking anything, and so they gave him some meds before they rolled him out, and I think he just was gone after that. Like, so it was a really long night. I ended up coming and visiting him at 5:30 or 4:30. I left around 5:30, went back to my hotel room and slept for like 2 hours, and then came back when visiting hours had started at 8. When I came back and visited him at 8, he was like wide awake. I think he had just done his PT time, and he was like really alert. But then they started him on his medication. He's going to have to take medication every day at 8 and 8. And so it was the first dose. And then he like fell asleep a little bit. And then when he woke up, he was feeling groggy again. So I think adjusting to those new meds will be tricky a little bit. Something we'll have to get used to. But he's doing great. He's been walking, surpassing all of their goals. They give you walking goals and getting up and moving goals, and he's doing those well. So proud of him. He's had some up and downs with tiredness and sleepiness, but today I think the anesthesia is pretty much all out of his system. And today is actually Friday, so we had one full day of recovery, lots of sleep and resting, and then today we may get discharged, so we'll see about that. It just depends. We're waiting for the team to come in and chat with us, and then we'll find out what's next. So thanks for all your prayers. Thanks for all your support and love and messages. We've been reading them all, trying to get back to everyone. But yeah.
Alright guys, well that was my day 1 update on recovery. Transplant surgery check. Doing pretty good for the most part. Pain is it's not unbearable. Walking around already, and Nicole is here with me. She's over there. But yeah, it's time for me to take a nap because I'm exhausted. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned. If you want updates, subscribe so you can get updates. I'm going to try to crank them out. I think I got time while I'm laying here in this bed. Alright guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.